because of the national importance of the matter. And that decision was later on confirmed by the Supreme Court when the Supreme Court was hearing the dispute over the repeat election. They agreed that the High Court had no jurisdiction to hear the matter, and I put it in the replying affidavit, which I submitted to the court, to this honorable August House, with the judgment of the Supreme Court and the particular paragraphs where the court made that ruling. As regards the objection by Mr. Harvey, he has reiterated the same case, and he has gone on to raise another case involving Iran supplies and general contractors who are involved in the allegedly having supplied maize to the Serious Board, and they had obtained a decree to be paid some money. The Serious Board had appealed and found an application for stay of execution. So what came before us, a bench of 3 judges, Justice Githinji presiding, the Honorable Justice Maraga, and myself, was an application for stay of execution. Applying our own discretion as judges, we were of the view that it was necessary to issue a stay of execution to stop the Serious Board, which is the National Strategic Food Reserve, to not to pay the money until the merits of the case was heard. Honorable members, you are aware that this matter has gone on, and the directors of the Iran have been charged of fraud. They have been convicted and sentenced to serve many years in a criminal case. And this decision goes to show the importance of a timely judicial intervention that stopped the country from losing a lot of money. The other objection that was brought to my attention was by Mr. Nundin Nolani. I haven't received one from Mr. Wako. I don't think that was served on me. It is 6 o'clock last night I received one from Nundin, but he had complained also to the Judicial Service Commission. I had responded. It is a case which was before me when I was a judge in the High Court, and he has misread this House to say that decision was appealed against. It wasn't my decision, it was a decision of another judge. So he has deliberately misread this House, and I put it in an affidavit.
You have received another support from Federation of Women Lawyers of Kenya. We have their support here. I don't know whether it's accurate, members. You can fine, very well. Then, lastly, are judges, magistrates, Supreme Court, at all levels, the judiciary, are they always right? Objective.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman, for that question. That's why we have the appellate system, because magistrates, judges can make an error. They can see a matter differently. They can misapprehend some facts. They can misapprehend the law. And that is why we have the appellate system for somebody who is aggrieved to file an appeal rather than file a complaint, because the complaint will not help. If there was an error, it should be corrected by the appellate court.
Members, I'm sorry, I've taken quite a bit of your time. Now, can you, questions, any comment or question? Yes, Mheshimiwa Aruoch.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I've heard Honorable Koome decry the lack of legislative intervention in resolving conflicts between the three arms of government. And I agree with her on that. But looking at how our system operates, conflict between the three bodies will continue to occur. In the absence of legislative interventions, where is the diplomacy, the finesse, and the firmness in Justice Koome that will help in resolving these conflicts?
Thank you, Chair. Mine are just concerns. One, I know we are still in the process and it's not law yet, but we've taken inputs. We have inputs from JSC. May I know your take, Justice, on the BBI, particularly on the judicial reforms that are contained therein? We have the ombudsman being proposed. What is your take on this? Another concern, alive to the provisions of Article 160, I still want you to state your intended or how you intend to relate with Parliament and particularly this committee. I'm asking this because in the past we felt like we are funked as official after such a process, because your concerns are the concerns of this committee. And if we find things being done through the media without even anything being mentioned to this committee, we feel we are not regarded as part of the judicial. So how do you intend to relate to this committee? And lastly, as you've been the chairperson of FIDA 2 times, maybe you can tell us at least one landmark achievement that showcases your leadership skills. Thank you.
Take those before we mix them up. Take the Mheshimiwa Arwach on diplomacy, and then Ombudsman and the BBI from Mheshimiwa Kamote.
Yes, thank you very much for those questions, honorable members. I want to assure Honorable Arwach that I am very firm. I have been in leadership positions a significant number of 33 years, about 20 years I've been in leadership positions, leading organizations, and also in the judiciary. I've been a presiding judge in Nakuru. Those days it was a very huge jurisdiction, all the way from Maralao. There was no high court in Naivasha, Nyahururu, Kitale, Kericho. I covered all that area, opening mobile courts in the north. So I am very, very firm as a judicial officer. I'm also very good in negotiations, and I'm a peacemaker. I will employ every skill that I have. I am a people's person, driven to get results in all the things that I do. I work with the results in the beginning and work towards achieving the results. So you will be interacting with me if I'm given the privilege of being the Chief Justice by this august House. I will be consulting whenever it is necessary. The honorable member asked about the BBI, and I'll be very shy to say anything about that process because it's a live matter in court. It's what we call sub judice, and the law forbids me from discussing it, but we are not we are not opposed to reforms in the judiciary that enhance the access to justice and make the judiciary more efficient to the Kenyans. As we are speaking, the Judicial Service Commission is mandated to deal with complaints about judges because of the independence of the judges and because of the independence of the institution. And as it is now, nothing stops the Judicial Service Commission from advertising for the best person to apply to be employed as the ombudsperson of the judiciary, to receive complaints and help the JSC deal with the complaints. But that mandate lies under Article 160, as the honorable member has said, with the Judicial Service Commission. This committee is of utmost relevance and importance to the judiciary because this is the committee that examines and approves the budgetary allocations to the judiciary. The budgetary allocation is central to the work and the programs of the judiciary. We cannot consider you functus officio at all. If we consider this committee functus officio, it means we have broken a link and we cannot be able to serve Kenyans efficiently unless we work together to look at the resources that are needed for the judiciary to be able to implement the programs and ensure that justice is rendered in all corners of this country. Honorable members, you know the average distance between a court and the people is 175 kilometers. You can imagine if somebody's rights are violated, they will take a long time to access justice. So we need to work together to reduce that distance to about 100 kilometers and to be able to serve Kenyans. You don't just need a court, you also need police stations.
The school chased us home to go and pick the school fees. I found my mom very sick and bedridden. When she saw me come back home with my school bag, she politely told me, just let me have a chance to educate your sibling, at least to where you went up to. For me now, that was a very polite way mom could have told me, you're not going back to school. During that time, the reality of me being a school dropout became real every day. Our neighbors are the ones who could pass by our house and give us some food, yeah.